This is Silent Hill 2 Remake. We're here on the PlayStation 5 Pro, and the game is indeed enhanced and fixed. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. Let's dive in and enjoy the magic of Silent Hill 2 brought back once more. And I did a stream of this, so, if you need to check out the gameplay of the whole story or whatever, you can go and watch that on the channel and everything. Lots of fun. So, yeah, when this kind of launched, there was some issues with the scaling technology of Pisser. So they have gone and Pisser has been fixed, so we can now properly enjoy a much better looking and a much better playing experience of Silent Hill 2. This was a really great remake from Bloober. It was very well done, it was very impressive, and it was something that had some technical issues and everything like that when it did come out, but it was still a lot of fun. It was still a really well done game. I think it brought back the design and the scope of the world of Silent Hill 2 very effectively in the modern era. And it's kind of cool to be taking a look at this game and apparently seeing 4 billion things kind of getting updated in the backdrop. I see that town. Silent Hill. Where we have lumen-based ray tracing for illumination and reflections. Oh.
But you never did.
But you never did.
Well, I'm alone there now.
Oh!
In our special place.
Oh no. Anyways, let's jump in and let's talk about this game. So we're on the quality mode right now. So this is your 4K with a bit of it's temporally upscaled from a lower internal resolution. And it's using Pisser technology. And yeah, I think this looks a lot better. This is targeting 30 FPS. And they have improved, I guess, the ambient occlusion. It's still... I don't know how to describe it. Like, it's definitely better, if that makes sense. But there's still, like, fuzziness on the water. I don't know how to describe it. Like, the water is fixed from an FSR perspective. Like, you don't have that awful looking FSR, but there's still like kind of like a shimmer thing. If you see the top of the screen there where those sort of like white spots are kind of placing, it looks a little visually off. But from like a texture standpoint, a gameplay standpoint, it does seem like this is effectively doing what it should be doing in regards to Pisser technology being deployed, and it does look quite good. The performance mode is kind of my ideal way to play this, so I would recommend going there. There's also motion blur options, there's graphic mode options. If you finish the game, you can have some fun with that. Colorblind stuff, all kinds of different things. Accessibility options too, that you can see on the far right there. But so this is the performance mode, where again we're having like a temporally scaled to 4K, but it is a softer image, but it still looks fantastic visually. Like it's a lot cleaner from the initial PS5 Pro version. And again, this is PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced, HDR across the board. So this is targeting 60 FPS. And the experience, again, like, it looks a lot better. It does still seem like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like where rain is dropping, it doesn't quite look right. Probably looks fine on a tighter screen, but on the full 4K, it does have, like, I wouldn't call it an FSR problem, because the water actually looks fixed compared to how I played. Like, when I first played this, FSR was, like, disgustingly bad on the base PS5. So, like, this is, this is definitely a visual improvement. Am I supposed to get something from the trunk? I'm just kidding. So anyways, let's head into the town of well, Silent Hill, and let's showcase this experience here. But the image clarity for this experience is absolutely, like, phenomenally increased. And it does seem to be running a lot smoother, which is fantastic. I always do the kind of opening of the game because it really does set the mood from a visual standpoint and allows you to kind of get into the town of Silent Hill a little bit better. Another thing that's a lot better here too is the hair. It still has some of, like, a little bit of lower resolution upscaling kind of like artifacting type stuff, but the clarity here in performance mode versus the base PS5 is a complete game changer. This looks incredibly better, and it's playing a lot, and I mean a lot more fluid. Like coming down this mountain originally, like would you call it a mountain? This hill, coming down this hill, the visuals were just like, they looked good. The game looked great, but like the performance was all over the place, and this to me just looks so much better. It's just again little artifacting things. And I think that might literally be because of a resolution scaling thing, or it might be some kind of little pisser thing going on. But this is a game changer, and I think this is what they were going for with the initial update to this game, and it just didn't quite like even the character, like her hair was just fuzz on the PS5 playing in performance mode, and you can actually like her clothing too. You can actually like there's definition to her clothes. This looks bad, or for a second there, see when she kind of moves, you can get a little bit of fuzz on the characters you might not see on YouTube Player, depending on how big it is for you. But like, you can actually see the detail in her hair. It's amazing. Like, it's like a night and day difference compared to what I saw on the base PS5. Like, that is absolutely like a game changer for this. This looks fantastic. Yeah, this is a genuinely good improvement. A great visual piece. Like I actually would have preferred to have played this game like this. This is such a bump up. See, that's a funny thing too. Playing some recent like launches, especially like big PlayStation games, and then checking them out again here, like right away on the PlayStation 5 Pro for like these enhancements, it is like night and day, and then that nice thick fog. So anyways, I love this remake. I think a lot of people also have that feeling too for this, where they were like, wow, this is you know, this is a great looking game. Oh, what is this? Chainsaw. Don't mind if I do. I have a chainsaw. That's fun. But like, no, though, this really. Okay, I'm gonna. Can I put this away? How do I get rid of this in my image or my hands? 'Cause I'm like, it's kind of annoying running around with a chainsaw. At the same time, also kind of funny to see him running around with a chainsaw. Anyways, yeah, like this would have been so much better. Oh wait, no, you're supposed to use the chainsaw. Oh yeah, no. I'm blanking on that kind of thing. See, like when you replay the game and you do New Game Plus and you do other modes and stuff, there's different endings and different setups. But the one thing I've absolutely loved about Pisser, and I don't know if other people love that as much, is there's not that FSR shimmer. Yeah, I think the artifacting type thing is just the lower resolution scaling kind of properly, but like to me it looks a little off. But the fact that the water actually like doesn't have that awful like sheen shimmer is like a complete game changer to me. Like this is fantastic. I am so happy that they did this. The chains. Yeah. No, this game really is great though. Like if you have been waiting to play this game for whatever reason on PlayStation, now is the time. You will be absolutely blown away by this. I'm glad I actually kind of waited to kind of like check this out too, because I had heard there wasn't really an update, but I guess there was, and it was totally bugged and it was a mess. But
hello?
This looks so good.
Anyone in here?
Really, they did a fantastic job. And again, in general, props to Bloober with this. The effort for this game, like this remake, is fantastic. You can actually make out the details in the posters too now. Oh, this is really like, I'm floored by this. I know maybe I'm making it sound too exciting, but like, you can actually see the details in the environment on performance mode, and it's not like dropping frames all the time. And this is a real treat. And the game in general is fantastic. Like this is a beloved classic, maybe the best. Like, I guess I could say one of the best horror games, but maybe the best horror game. I'm sure there'll be like little debates on that here or there, but like Silent Hill 2 is absolutely iconic. And the way they were able to bring this game back, especially where everyone kind of like really doubted the dev and everything, and then you come here and you take a look at this and you're like, wow. Like the way the fog cascades in is amazing. The detail of the environment's fantastic. This looks great. Seriously, this really, really, this is how this game should look. And I know I'll be like, oh, a little artifacting here or there. I do think it's more of just the resolution scaler from the lower res going up, but Pisser is working wonderfully here. It's all over the screen, and it's just, yeah. This is really, really good. I would say definitely a must-play time, and I would definitely give it a little bit of a revisit if you've been kind of considering that just to, like, you know, new game plus again, or if you just want to kind of see it actually looking proper. This looks so much better. It really does. Genuinely floored by the efforts here for the team. It's just making like a masterpiece of a game look greatly improved. So this is when we get into the actual kind of open city of it, like open world of it all, as to say. So this is where we're like kind of lost in the fog, and it's the only like open world kind of area. Like you move through the environments and you open areas, and then you like by solving puzzles. So the game it's a puzzle game, but like you solve puzzles, you solve what's going on, and you continue to explore more and more of where you're going and what you're doing. And that's kind of how the game works, is it's a game of exploration. So the more you solve, the more you see, the more you can do, the more the map opens up. And it's got a really nice roundabout way where everything progresses in a natural order, where you're like, okay, this area opens this area, that opens that area. And that looks fantastic. And then, yeah, it just, like, it all works so beautifully well. I am floored by this. You can actually make out the detail in his face, and his hair doesn't look like super fuzzy. Should have played this on PC.
Hey, wait.
I don't know if it's a good idea to follow this person. So it's a place that, like, kind of preys, yeah, to a degree, preys on your emotional problems. And it's a town of mist and fog and dreariness and depression. Like it is a depression quest game. Like this game is a miserable game in the sense of like emotionally miserable. It's an amazing game. It's one you should definitely play if you think you can handle the, you know, elements of it. And there's different options in terms of difficulty and the challenge and all that. Like the game is kind of as easy or as hard as you really need it to be or want it to be. And there's lots of hidden secrets, lots of things to discover, unique ways to play. It really is absolutely miraculous. And the way they like rebuilt this game for the modern era is genuinely an achievement, like a technical achievement for Bloober here. Like I think, I don't know, I don't know if people really kind of anticipated that it would turn out as good as it did, but I was floored by, you know, when I was kind of reviewing it, and then coming in here and taking a look at it again on the PS5 Pro, I am flabbergasted by its beauty. No, this, like, I can't say enough nice things about this. This is a really, really good upgrade to this. I'm sure people will be very, very happy with this improvement. Ugh, look at this thing. Like, we got performance mode looking this clean. And obviously quality mode makes it look better. And it is a cinematic game, so it's like, you know, there's action, quote-unquote, but you could get away with, like, maximizing the potential of things. If you'd so like to. Well, I have a chainsaw. Alright, one sec here. The controller's all fuzzing out. Which takes away a lot of the horror and the ambience when your controller makes all this noise, just throwing that out there. Again, I have a chainsaw, don't I? It just keeps pulling out the map. Oh, I gotta do this. Equipment. Okay, wait. Yeah, like, why am I using a board when I have a chainsaw? So as I was saying, I think you can kind of get away with playing this game and quality mode if you want, because it is so narrative driven, it is so puzzle driven for the absolute best sharpness. But for me, fluidity in that is quite important, and I think this game with the pisser actually kind of shines in that regard. So yes, it is a game that's quite depressing. Your guy comes in, you're trying to find your wife, Mary, and you know she died of that disease, that horrible disease many years ago. So you don't know really why you're here or what you're doing, but you know that she's called you to be here. Her letter said she would be here. And this is where you're trying to find her in this sleepy town of Silent Hill. This is the open world area I was talking about, so you can actually go and like break into these shops, which is kind of cool. Like it's kind of pointless too. Like it's just a quick area to explore, but you know, like it's neat though. Like it's neat that this exists, and it gives you like a little bit of a exploration thing. But like this is just like a small part of the game is doing this. Like the meat of it is going into these different places that are just terrifyingly messed up, like an asylum, these other world areas, and you know, just creepy places that are just emotionally traumatizing and very neat. Lots of fun to play and see. Like I think you'll love this game if you do give it a try. Like I absolutely, you know, like I really like Silent Hill 2. This remake did such a great job of retelling this game. And like it's faithful, right? But they give you a new fresh perspective that modernizes this so perfectly well. It's a new way to convey a classic narrative. And one that I think so many people will appreciate if they come in and play it. Like it really is that good. Like it is genre defining. And I don't know. Like I think a lot of people were maybe a little too harsh on the blooper. I mean, some of the early previews for this, you know, like showcases and trailers and stuff like that weren't the best, but the end product here is fantastic, and hopefully it gives people a renewed interest in the projects that Blooper does, because like, yeah, to a degree, you know, obviously this is bringing back a classic, so it's a little easier when you've got like the core foundation there for you, but they really did a wondrous job of just reinvigorating and building excitement for this franchise. Like I think the results here are like speak for themselves. This game looks really great. Man, market big cheese. And I think you'll be floored by it. Like this the clarity here, you can actually like make out things in the environment. This is a very good update to this game. I think you will be floored by what this has to offer. And if this is your first time, you know, looking at this game, I would say it's a genuine must-play experience. One of the finest offerings we have this year. I know it's a you know, remake, but it's a very good and a very effective remake at that. So I'm sure you will be floored away, and I'm sure you will highly appreciate this update and everything this update has to offer, because it looks so good. Like performance mode now, oh, this is definitely what like fans of the franchise deserve. They nailed this, and I think you love the characters too, and just the sorrow of it. As I said, like it's a very it's a sad game. Like it really genuinely is, in ways that I don't know if people will fully understand. One sec here. It looks like the fog kind of bugs out of it when you look at it through this window. No, maybe it's just a loading thing. Funny. Look at that thick, terrifying fog out there. Yeah. I was floored by the like when this game first came out. Like this remake, like playing through it, covering it and stuff, and then like to revisit it again here on the Pro and actually seeing this enhanced and looking great. I think you'll love this. This is good.